Hey guys, Bruce here with my second video. So one thing I get asked a lot is how to drill an aquarium, how to drill a glass aquarium. And it makes a lot of people nervous, and probably rightfully so to an extent. Right now we're dealing with this 29-gallon tank and the glass is really thin. One thing I wanted to mention is most people when they're drilling a tank, they're doing like a bigger aquarium with thicker glass. That's actually easier. It takes a little longer to cut through the glass, but the glass is stronger, so there's less chance for error. So if you're doing like a 210 or something like that, drilling some holes in the back, that's probably actually a better tank to start on than this 29-gallon here where the glass is really flimsy. Another thing I wanted to mention is when it's probably the most crucial part of drilling the tank is when you're coming through the glass, when at the very end. That's when you're likely to crack it, not so much when you're starting. Another factor is you want to keep the tank nice and cool. Now you're probably wondering, why do I have this tank here? It's half filled with water. Well, the reason is because this video I wanted to do it a little different. Let's say you've got your aquarium already set up, you're established, and you decide, you know what, I want to add a sump to this or a closed loop, and I don't want to tear my whole tank down to do that. That's going to be a hassle. Well, you can do it while the tank is set up. You can just drain enough water to get your drill in, and then just keep spraying water on the area where you're drilling the hole, and you're good to go. Preferably, the easiest way is to take the aquarium down, take it outside, run a hose over it, or to a deep sink, run some water over the glass, and you know, it's a lot easier to keep it cool. It's a lot easier to focus on what you're doing. You can get straight down on it, but that's not always the case. Sometimes the tank's already set up, yeah, and change of plans. Hey, I wish I'd have done this before. Well, you can do it, no problem. There's plenty of kits out there, overflow kits that you can buy, and you know, it's not that hard to do. So I just wanted to go over this with you. Also, I wanted to mention we're outside today because it's a really nice day. I wanted to try shooting a video outside. So obviously you want to get your bulkhead, and here's another pitfall: don't drop the nut. So no, here's another pitfall that I've seen people do is they want to get that bulkhead up as high as possible because, you know, the water line. Well, you know, you want to make sure you're down a bit so that when you screw this on, you're not hitting the brace. You don't have to trim out the brace. So that's one thing, one mistake I've seen people make. I wanted to show you a couple of the tools here. So I got these online. Got a whole set of different various sizes. I also have a bunch of these because I'm doing a bunch of these 1-inch, and it should be kind of a nice smooth fit to get your bulkhead in there. That's how you know you've got the right size. Also, these do wear out, and there is a difference in quality. So if you spend a little bit more money, you're going to get what you pay for. It's going to be a better bit. It's going to cut cleaner. It's going to cut faster, and it's going to last a little bit longer. So don't be afraid to spend a few extra bucks on your bit. Now, another thing you need is a Sharpie, and I always have like my favorite beverage with me. So we're going to mark about where we want the hole on this. And for this, I'm going to need some assistance because I'm doing this setup. I want to use 2 hands. I want to do this as straight as possible. So I've got my assistant Nathan here. He's going to help me out. He's going to keep the cutting cool. He's going to spray this while I'm cutting it. So let's do it. Almost through, and it's better to take your time with this. You cannot go too slow, but you can definitely go too fast and shatter the tank. Another thing I wanted to mention, if you notice when you're cutting, obviously you want to be going straight, but let's say you notice that you're going a little bit of an angle, you can put a little bit more pressure to even it out, that's fine. I've had plenty of those where I haven't been 100% perfect coming through. So when you notice it's coming through, it starts cutting, let's say here, and this isn't cut yet, just put a little bit more pressure on this side, a slight amount of pressure. You do not want a lot of pressure, okay? All right, and see there, we got our hole almost perfect. Our bulkhead fits right in there. And there are no cracks. Now you're probably thinking, oh, that probably took a while to drill that hole through that thin glass, but you want to be really careful. You want to take your time, especially where the glass is really thin like this tank. Another thing I wanted to mention is tempered glass. It's a question I get a lot. So most aquariums, I think above 40 gallons or so, the bottom is tempered, and you do not want to drill tempered glass because it can just shatter. It's not worth trying it. You know, if you want a tank that's drilled in the bottom, then you're better off to purchase the aquarium that way to begin with. But as far as drilling the sides, the back, whatever, you're fine. I haven't seen any aquariums that are pre-manufactured that have tempered glass on the sides or front or back. And I think that we've pretty much covered everything. So you can see if this was against the wall, we had a little bit of room here, we would have been totally fine. Just coming in from the front, getting our drill in there. Take your time, go really slow. If you have an old tank to practice on, that might be a good idea, but you don't, you know, it doesn't take a lot of practice. It's not very difficult, so you can go out there, drill your own tank. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you can follow me on Instagram. We're on there as Vital Reef. Also Facebook, Bruce Ewald. And again, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was a benefit to you.